Alright, greetings, this is Edodo Jumbo. In this tutorial, I'll be reviewing Emacs version 30.1 as an advanced programming text editor. And also be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. I'd like to thank all the people who are watching or listening through the podcast as well. Thank you very much, and I hope you like the content. Okay, so let's continue. So GNU Emacs is a powerful free and open source text editor. Now it's a very powerful and very extensible text editor, one of the most extensible text editors available, and I'll show you why in a second. And the best part, it's completely free and open source, of course, where you're writing code, writing notes, or managing tasks. Emacs can be customized to do nearly anything, and I mean that. If there's something missing, you can create your own using I'll show you that when we actually do the review. So I'm going to introduce it for beginners. I think this is the first review I've done of Emacs since one about 12 years ago. Yeah, it's been that long. So this, you could consider this an update, and we should see how things have improved. So you can call it a long-term update. Okay, so I'm going to explain how to install it. Obviously, I'm using Linux, specifically Fedora Linux. I'm also using Wayland, and I'm using the latest version of the GNOME desktop. I believe it's GNOME 48, and I'm using Fedora 42. Now, because I'm using Wayland, I noticed a few things when I was testing. Hopefully they have been fixed. The mouse was a little bit junky. I'm guessing it's because it's not actually using Wayland. It's most likely using like X-Wayland or some type of compatibility layer. But when I did test this, like I said, like 12 years ago or so, it was buttery smooth, and I'll show you that in a second. So the license obviously is the GNU General Public License version 3 or later. And the official site is, as you can see, it's actually on gnu.org. So let's actually go there. It's gnu.org/software/Emacs. So let's actually go there and check it out. What's going on here? Okay, there we go. See, GNU Emacs, here it is. It's an extensible free libre text editor and more. Obviously, at its core, it's an interpreter for Emacs Lips. That's a dialect of the Lips programming language with extension to support text editing. So obviously you can program it to do some really amazing things. That's way beyond the today's tutorial. As you can see here, it's available for GNU Linux, BSDs, Haku, Windows, Mac OS, Android. Yeah, as you can see, obviously it's also very lightweight, so you can install it or compile it on different operating systems. Okay, so it has a very large ecosystem. It's been around, I think, I think it was created by Richard Stallman. So I think it's been around since the very early 80s. And also it's ideal for programmers, writers, and researchers. So as I said before, I'm using Fedora Linux. So for me to install it was very simple. I just used the DNF package manager, sudo DNF install Emacs. If you're on one of the Debian based systems, it's simply just sudo apt install Emacs. And if you're on Mac OS, one way you can install it is obviously using homebrew, just brew install Emacs. If you're on Windows, you can just download it from the official GNU Emacs website, or via MSYS2. I've never actually used that before, but I'm guessing it does work. Alright, and then you get the .exe installer and follow the on-screen instructions. I personally haven't used Windows as my daily driver since 2008, so I'm getting less familiar with it as the days go by. Okay, so with that said, so that I don't want this tutorial to get too long, so let's have a quick overview of the Emacs. So as you notice, once I installed it, now I do have some I've already installed some extensions just so that will go faster, but as you can see, when you actually first open up, it looks very dated, and of course, it also you can get the tutorial here, you can get the guided tour, you can view the Emacs manual, the warranty, copyright conditions, ordering manuals, the printed versions, of course. And then to start, how it shows you how to open a file, customize the startup. So obviously you can customize startup so this doesn't, this welcome screen is no longer there. You can open the home directory, you can explore packages, and to quit a partly entered command, you can type Control G. That's important if you ever get lost. Because the first time I used this, way more than a dozen years ago, I would get lost somewhere because I was trying to make my own extensions, and I didn't know how to quit. So that's pretty nice. And you can see here I'm running 30.1, and because I'm using 64-bit. It says Red Hat, but that's Fedora there in this GTK version. And you can see the rest here in the copyright 2025. All right. Now, obviously, you have the usual. You have the file menu. The usual, open, close, save as. You have the edit menu where you have the search. We'll go through this again later. You have incremental search, you have replace, you have go to. This is the same thing as jump to. You see find definitions. You can bookmark, and then you jump to those bookmarks. You can execute commands. And then under options, as you can see here, you can do line wrapping, and you can cut, paste, use directory names. You can blink cursor. And I'll explain that in a second as we finish this. And you can use the system font, or you can use the default font. I've been enabled that. And you can manage the Emacs packages. You can click on save options. You can customize it. You see, customize. You can customize the themes. How you can have them in groups. You can save options again. Specific options. Specific face. There's a lot of stuff you can. It's literally like a operating system all by itself. There's so much stuff you can do. If you think Vim is very customizable, wow, Emacs is more so. So as you can see here, under buffers just means files which are open. That's the simplest way if you're a beginner. And you obviously, I don't have anything open right now, but you'll see once I open up stuff, you'll be able to see them. And then obviously in tools, you can search files using grep. Recursive grep. So recursive means that if it's not just top level, it means you can go nested ones as well. And then you can run shell commands. This is very useful if you're on a Unix type systems. You can do that. You can compile project. So the difference between compile and compile project: compile is obviously one file, the project multiple files, and there's a debugger GDB. I believe that's a GNU one, GNU debugger, I believe. Project support, it uses the Emacs development environment. I've never used this. Actually, that's not true. I think I used it in the past for the last one I did, last tutorial. Okay, and then obviously you can make a project here. VC obviously stands for version control. As I said, this thing is amazing. You can run different type of shells. It goes on and on. Language server support using the eGloat. Source code parser, semantic, spell checking. I actually, this is not enabled by default. I believe I had to install a plugin for this. I'll show you, or an extension, I'll show you that. You can compare using ediff. You can merge, apply patches, version control, as you can see here. You can read net news. You can read email. You can compose an email, directed servers. Also, browse the web. You have a calendar, a programmable calendar, a simple calendar. You can encrypt and decrypt, and you have games. As I said, Emacs is like, if you think your ID is special, Emacs just blows it away. There's a lot of stuff, and this is, I said, and this is this is just, you can do way more. You can literally just stay in Emacs. You can surf the net. You can do everything just in Emacs. If you could just install one program, do everything, it will be Emacs. I'm sure someday is probably creative in something where you can, obviously, because you can run commands, you can probably even edit like videos or audio files. That's crazy. So that was tools. Then we have the help, obviously the tutorial, the frequent questions, and etc. And obviously about GNU and about Emacs. Okay, Now, with that said, as you see, I took some screenshots here, and I'm zipping through the screenshots because I'm going to show you guys my review, and we'll go through most of those things again. And this is the screencast I promised you guys. As I said, you can just, it's an embedded screencast, as you can see here. So it's live. Alright, so I have a glossary here about what a code editor is, what an IDE is. So a code editor is basically just designed for writing and editing source code. An IDE is an integrated development environment. And what a plugin is, a theme, what open source is, and SCM stands for source code management. LMB, that just means left mouse button. Okay, so these are the test tools. My CPU is an Intel i7 2600. Yes, I know it's old. It's actually 14 years old. Memory is 16 gigs of DDR3. Operating system Fedora Linux, workstation 42. Desktop environment NUM 48. So this is the test suite. So I have a 1 gig human readable text file. So basically that you will emulate a very large, like for example, if you have a very large project. I used to actually do this pre-lockdown. Sometimes I have a client that would give me a very large database. At least at that time, I could not even sometimes SQLite would struggle with it, just in memory. So I had to basically use something like Vim or Emacs just to open it and edit and look for things to make sure everything I did was correct. Obviously regex, I'll be surprised that doesn't have it. And then obviously I have a syntax file, which is PHP containing HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So this one I want to test if a file has multiple languages, if the syntax will be picked up. That's very important, especially when you're working on the web, because like in this particular example, whenever you do HTML, you might have some CSS, whether it's inline or whether it's in the head section or in HTML5, the style can be anywhere. And obviously JavaScript, which can be either in the head section, in the footer, or anywhere in between as well. And obviously I want to see if it opens up a smiley face. This one is weird test because I just wanted to see it if it will open up in the text editor's file browser. I don't necessarily need to open up inside the like a tab, because that's kind of useless. It's a text editor. It's not a media editor. Obviously the Java version, you can see 21.07. My PHP version 8.4.10. and Python 3.13.5, and Emacs version is this is wrong. I probably need to edit this. All right, the point why I show you this version is because in the past sometimes the syntax would be off if you detected that the version is too new or too old. So that's why I list them here, so you guys will be able to replicate everything I'm doing. Okay, with that said, let's get started with the review. So basically each feature has two parts. A score of 0 indicates a missing feature. A part of a feature will get a score of 0.5. Now I have the 3 bias elimination steps. That means that the editor is used for at least 3 years on different platforms. Attempts are made to get stable plugins for missing features. The same editor is compared between one in the repository, the developer site, and the compiled version if applicable. So obviously I no longer use Windows, and I no longer use I think I haven't even touched a Mac OS thing in maybe about 5 years. However, I can attest that I did install this on different platforms, at least in the past, and I did use it, so meaning that there is no bias. And as I told you before, I encountered some issues here, and you will see them when I go through. So we already talked about the theme. You saw how you can change the theme. That was, I believe, in the options and configure Emacs. You see custom themes. As you can see here, themes is Adwada, Deeper Blue, etc., etc. So I can pick one of them, and you can also create your own as well. So again, the same score as the previous review, so it gets a 1.0. Dragging and dropping. So dragging and dropping, it's possible. So this one is a little bit different than the previous preview, and I'll show you that, guys. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, you see, dragging and dropping is important because in the past I was working on a laptop, especially when I would visit a client's office or workplace, and I found the laptop, I was still getting used to laptop, yeah, I know. So it was really a pain. Dragging and dropping was the easiest way to do things. It wasn't a touch screen. Obviously these days it's a touch screen, so it's a little bit easier. So for example, I have this books.xml file, so all I need to do is drag and drop it here, and you see it picks it up automatically, and the dragging and dropping works extremely well. Now the other part of it, it actually does open up in a new tab of buffer, so that's perfectly fine. Now I can specify a tab location by using m-x space tab bar mode. What in the world does that mean? Yeah, remember this is from the 80s and whatever, so I'll explain what that means. Excuse me. What that means is it's normally Alt X or Escape X. So what you do is, I'll show you here, what you do is well, that's the terminal, I shouldn't do that. So anywhere here, what you can do is, if I type Alt X, you see what happens at the bottom here? Then I just type tab bar hyphen mode. Okay, oh, I spelled it wrong. Tab bar hyphen mode. I spelled tab bar mode. So what this will do is it will show you the tab bar in the editor. So what that means is, for example, go to our buffers. You can see now I have the I'm wondering if that should have worked. I'm not sure why that didn't work. Oh, so here, yeah, that should have worked. So it's no match. Okay, tab bar mode. No match. Okay, there we go. Oh, tab bar mode. There we go. Okay, there we go. I made a mistake. It's tab hyphen bar hyphen mode. So what I did there is I pressed the tab key, and it gave me the options. So there we go. Now you can see this is how tab bar mode works. Obviously, you can see it has see this one here and the other one. So let me drag another file. So in this case, I'm going to drag the regex file. So I can drag it up here, or I can drag it down here. So I'm going to put it up here. You can see, there we go. Now there's a plugin that will make it look more like a normal text editor. We have all that, but I didn't want to use it. I wanted to use the built-in one. So for example, I have to go to buffers, and where is the, well, maybe it's not on. So let's go back here, Alt X, tab hyphen bar mode. There you go. Oh, it's disabled. Okay, let me Alt X, tab hyphen bar mode. Oh, yeah, spelling is terrible today. Jeez. There you go. Now it's enabled. So if I have another, any problem? Yeah, if I have another one, I'll just be able to select which one it is. So there's a little problem with the mouse because of you can see, click new tab. There we go. Now I'll drag something else. I'll drag this syntax PHP file. There we go. Yeah. So I said it's a little wonky, unfortunately, because I said I'm using Wayland. So it's actually much faster. I said Wayland. I guess it hasn't fully embraced Wayland yet. So there you go. That's a tab bar mode. So I didn't want to use a plugin. Obviously, if there's a plugin, it will be able to be much more simpler to do that. All right, let's continue. So a very large file. So this is a 1 gig file, and I can prove it to you. You see when I select it, it will tell me the size here. Let's put it here. So it tells you the size, the file size. So for example, I click 1 gig, you see it's 1.0 gig. So if I open this up and I can decide where it goes, is it opening? What's going on here? It's actually pretty quick. Let's try again. I'll just drag it. There we go. So it says 1 gig text file is very large. It's 954 megabytes. Really open. I click yes. Or literally, I'll just click yes. Okay. So I don't know if it's oh, there we go. Oh, you know what? I think it's OBS. I think OBS slowed it down a little bit. It usually much faster. So one thing I do like, you see when it's open, it didn't crash, and you see I was able to position the tab I wanted, and you can see the cursor is right on the first line here. So you see I can, oops, go place here. So I've changed the cursor position. You see I can easily go up and down, etc., and I can edit this. For example, I can say, this is awesome to be able to easily edit very, very large file. Now, just to let you know how large this file is, you see every single line, everything has, this text. So now I can also save it, won't crash. So that's one good thing. However, because I don't want to have any memory issues, I'm going to close this now. And there we go. So that's good. Obviously, it closed the tab as well. I think this plugin would be better if there was a way to open up a new tab, but hey, that's where we are. Okay, now multiple documents can be opened in separate tabs. That's true. You can also mimic the tear off tabs by having Emacs open in a new buffer. So for example, what you can do is you go to buffer, and you see these are the files which are, or the previous files. So what you can do is you can say, where's new buffer? What is it going to say? Tabs can be by opening in a new window. So yeah, so you can open. You can obviously open new windows by itself, or you can let's list all buffers. So these are all the buffers. This is basically everything that's open right now. So as you can see, it still has this large text open for some reason. I thought I closed it, but there we go. That's what I was afraid of, is like, okay, let me go and see if I can close this buffer. Okay, I want to close this buffer. Okay, I'll just leave it for now. It's getting hot again here. And this is the command. So I say one of the problems is when I clicked it, I probably didn't open it because I didn't close it because I said the mouse is a little bit wonky because I'm using Wayland. Okay, let's move on. So can you open non-project files? Of course you can. You just saw me drag them in here. Soft wrap. Okay, so let's try soft wrap. Let's actually open up syntax. Yeah, so this one is actually perfect for, I don't know if I enabled it, but if I press enter, there we go, it's there. You see color went perfectly this one, so I can say, what's another thing I can say? Font size, I don't know, 22 REM. Okay, and you see where this, you see it highlighted the parentheses. So if I press enter, you see automatically. So, oh, that's not soft wrap. Oops, sorry. Okay, so actually that let's see. Okay, a good example would be this 1 gig file. Yeah, perfect. Okay, no, here we go. Okay, I'll use this one, and it fits on more than one line as I type. There we go. So as you can see, that is the soft wrap. What is soft wrap? Means that once it hits you resize it, it will automatically go to the next line. So that's soft wrap. I did enable it. I believe it's called line wrapping. Yeah, so you can line wrapping. There we go. Wrap at the edge. I did enable it previously, so you can see you can truncate long lines, word wrap, visual line model, or you can visual prefix model. So it does have that as well. All right, so where was I? Spell check. Okay, so I don't know if I enabled it, but you have color versus color. Oh yeah, okay, so let me actually show you the plugins. So to enable it, you have to type, so again, Control X, and then you type fly spell mode. Oh, maybe that wasn't very smart. I probably shouldn't have done that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you see the color, it picked up that, oh, there we go. It picked up that I'm in Canada, and you see the way we spell color in Canada. If you guys are American, you learned something, there we go. So in Canada, we spell it, the British will C-O-L-U-R, and the American, they spell it this way. So technically, this is wrong, but obviously, that's not always correct, because as you can see here, when you're programming, color in the CSS is actually C-O-L-O-R, the American way. So there we go. Oh, discard, kill the current buffer. Okay, I'll kill that. I don't want to save it. Buffer kill anyway. Yes. Okay, there we go. The reason I'm doing that is because I said I'm using OBS. It's using the GPU, and I'm also recording, so I'm using way too many resources, even though this is a pretty lightweight. If I wasn't recording, it'd be fine. Okay. So I've shown you that, the word count. So for example, if I want a word count, what I can do is I'll select this, and I type the MX go to line. Where was that? Word count, MX count words region. Okay, so that's X and count words region. So it tells me right here that was, what is this? It's 7 words. 7 words. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got it. I got 7. So that is great, because there was some time, I can't remember when, where I also had to count how many words and stuff. Oh, I remember now. When I started my business, I was actually doing business plans for people. So I think the way I did it, I promised them I would be able to write so many words per page and whatever. So they also became important when I was trying to figure out if some content or some files had been hacked based on the number of lines. So do I still use that today? Sometimes, like when I write books and stuff like that, I want to see how many words per line. As you can see, that's pretty simple. As I said, okay, let's continue. You can also go to line. So let me enable line numbers. So where you guys are probably going to be screaming, I know I saw it here somewhere. You guys are going to say, yeah, that's where it is. I don't remember where it was. So you guys keep on screaming at me. How do I enable line numbers? I thought it was here. I don't remember. Hey, when all that fails, I think search options. You can go to option and search options, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to see if I can pick it up here. So I'll Alt X, and I'll say line number mode. There we go. Line hyphen number hyphen mode. Oh, it's disabled. So it is. So it looks like it is enabled by default, but I don't see it working. So let me go and re-enable it. Line number mode. It's enabled, but clearly I don't see it here. It's not cut off. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, okay. Maybe it's I did it before. I'm pretty sure there's something here where hopefully one of the plugins is not messing it up, but there's definitely a I can't remember. Yeah, oh, you know what, let me try one more time since we're doing this. I'll just say line. No. Okay. Okay, so should be expect to be okay. I did have it. I believe I even have it on some of the screenshots. Oh, maybe I don't. But I know you can enable it. I just can't remember. I don't want to waste too much time. I know you can enable it. So go to line. So okay, let's count this line. So 1, 2. I think there's 15 lines. So if to go to jump to line, just type mx. Mx and what's going on? Mx, and then you go to line, and the line number. So actually, here's the weird thing. You press enter, then you have to go to line. So let's say I want to go to line 15, and you see it jump to the forest was silent, almost unnatural. So that's jump to line. Okay, indentation. I showed you guys that before when we started. Right here, remember if you forgot. So if I press that again, you see it picks up the indentation, and also here it picks it up perfectly. Oops, I pressed Ctrl Z and looks like everything just disappeared. Oh no. Oh, okay, I guess that's just to hide it. Okay, that is weird. Alright, what else is here? Indentation with there. Fonts can be dynamically sized. You have to use C, capital C hyphen lowercase x space capital C hyphen plus. If you don't know what that means, that literally means you press Control X and then you can press Control plus plus and etc. So I'll prove that to you. So Control X, you see, and then Control plus plus. There we go. So you can see that. So that's dynamic sizing or resizing the font. So that's got a perfect 1. So if you notice, so far everything is 1.0. Now we can also do find and replace. So let's pick up the what file do we use for find and replace? I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one we use. Find and replace. Oh, by the way, I want to show you guys something. You see what it did here? It created a another. I guess this is when it crashes. It creates a backup of stuff. Because remember, I didn't save the buffer, so it creates a backup of that. So be very careful if you have multiple large files open up and you forget or something happened. It's going to be creating backups. You see, it also created this one. Now the backup, the syntax.php. That's because I haven't saved it yet. You can see it puts a hash on it because I modified it and I did not save it. So just be aware of that. All right, where am I? Where is I? Syntax. Yeah, that's a PHP file. This one here. Oh, did I miss something? Oh yeah, find and replace. Yeah, find and replace. So this regex file. So we're going to replace the word. Well, I'm not going to do you can do regular expressions, as you can see here. You just type mx query hyphen replace hyphen regex in all files. So you can do in single file or entire project files or all open files, all buffer files, etc., etc. So the one I want to do is just a simple one. I'm going to search for this word site and then change it to Emacs. So it's our usual Alt X, and then I type replace. I press the tab key and it will finish the coding for me. So I put replace. So it's replace hyphen string or lowercase, and then after that just press enter. Then it says replace string in region because you see I have the site replaced there. So then I'm going to say Emacs, and I press enter. Oh, great! I did that wrong. How do I quit? Okay, I don't want to. Oh, I remember. I think it was Control G. Yeah, go. Remember, Control G is to quit. Yeah, so Control G is to quit. Okay, so it's 1x. Okay, what was it again? Replace string. So we're going to type site, replace it with Emacs, and there we go. So obviously you can place more. I only placed one instance, and there you go. So, and I believe you can also go here, and here we go. Under the menu you can go edit, replace, and you see replace string, and you place in project files, etc. So let's go here, and you see it will be the same thing. Default query replace, press enter, you see it found all of them, and I just press enter. So replace 0. I could have put how many instances, I placed all of them as you saw. So obviously you can use the menu. So in case you're wondering, it looks like Emacs is simply just a command line tool with a GUI just to make it more pretty, and as I said, the GUI is actually pretty nice to help you get started and finishing up there. Alright, so what else we have here? Multiple language syntax. Yeah, we did that, as you can see here. Code folding does not work for markup languages as HTML. However, code folding also doesn't work even for programming languages like PHP. Let's just run PHP here. It doesn't work. There's nothing to do the code folding here. However, you can mimic it by using HS minor code. Basically, you can do a block and then close it. I don't like that method because I'll give you an example. I don't like that method. So here I have a function, right? I know it's a very small function, but this will prove my point. So it doesn't detect, for example, this curly brace and this one, right? So this one would be easy, obviously, to do it. But what if if I had something else in here which also had a curly brace? Maybe I just want like something else like an if statement. I think they have JavaScript here. The script, okay, that's pretty simple as well. That's for example, this one here. Like obviously, I would want from this curly brace to this. I know it's CSS, but you get my point. If something is nested. Oh, hello, Bharat. How are you doing? Okay, so what else? So that's why I got a 0.5. So that's the first little. You can have some plugins or create your own as well if you want. Okay, next is this rectangular block selection. So this one is easy. I'm going to demonstrate it in this regex file here. So again, we do our little Alt X, and then I just type rectangle hyphen mark mode, and you see now after you do that, it's since it's enabled. Oops. Wait a minute. Enable selecting. Okay, so let's do that again. X. Oh, I think I remember this. I was able to get this working in a different way. Mark mode. You press enter. Yeah, the mouse is really weird. Okay, rectangle. So what you have to do, you have to go to the Mac mode. This one here. See, oh yeah. So that's the thing. It didn't specify. Oh, no problem, Brad. No worries, man. I have a lot of videos I've created. I hope you guys like them. There's also some shorts as well. Yeah, so you can easily catch up. No problem. All right. So rectangle mode, and then rectangle. So what I found that this actually does not work. I prefer just doing it this way. You just press the Control X, and then I guess the space bar, that does the same thing. So let's try that. What is it? Control G. Okay, to quit. And then so control, I already forgot it. Was it control C? Oh no, yeah, control C and this space bar. That work? No, doesn't. Control C. Yeah, the mouse, okay, the mouse is messing up, but it does work. I did try it before. It does work. But it might also be because I'm recording. Okay, so multiple cursors. You have to install a plugin by Magma Sven, and but you're not able to search multiple selections. This is just like the previous review. And then for distraction free, display line numbers mode. Oh, there we go. Oops. All right, so there we go. I knew I was going wrong. So display line numbers mode. There we go. I wasn't crazy. I knew you could display line numbers. So there we go. That's how you display line numbers mode to provide a distraction free. So you got a 1.0. You can hide panes as well. You go to you see here you can hide all this stuff, uncheck them, but I do like them. And obviously then you can also make it a full screen to be more distraction free. So that's why I got 1.0. The file manager, I'll show you the file manager. Yes, it does have a file manager. So you just type again our Alt X, and you type dir. I guess it stands for directory. Dir. Yeah, you see, and it stands for directory. And then you see this is the directory it's in, and you can obviously do. There we go. So this is the directory, and you can see in this editor view, it should look exactly like this. Obviously, it's a command line. You can see all the tuxes guys there, and all the files in here. And then you should be able to open them. So I think I haven't opened up what file haven't I? Oh, the Java file. So let's see if I can open up the Java file from here. Oh, there's also a Python file. Let's open up the Python file. See, the Python file is opened up here. So here we go. And editor view is the folder that we're in. So you can go through all the files. There we go. All right. So got 1.0, and there's also a terminal. To get the terminal, very simple. This is a plugin. You just type term, and you see this is the terminal here. And for example, well, this is in the home folder. I don't want to be in the home folder, so what I'll do is I'll go to the, I think it was ZZZ tutorials and editor view. There we go. So I type ls. You can see this are the same files as this one here, the editor view. Terminal is pretty good, as you can see. It's color coded and all that, so you can tell that these are images. Obviously, images won't be able to open up, and the rest of the simple text files. So now, with that said, for my particular use cases, it's an IDE. It's very powerful, and it worked out without any tweaks. I didn't want to use too many plugins or extensions, but you can use them if you want. And then it got a score of 95% or 9.5 out of 10. It came very, very, very close to getting perfect. It probably, if I use lips, it'll probably get up to a perfect score. So let me exit out of the terminal here. Okay, and what I want to do is I want to show you how to install how I installed those terminals. I believe it was manage Emacs packages. So as you can see here, there's a lot of packages that you can install. There's a lot, as I said before, there's quite a few you can install to obviously to what do you call it, to get Emacs into a way you want. You see here, there's multiple cursors. You can install that one. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff here. What else is here? Let's go them quickly. See if you guys see anything you want, just scream it and I will do it. And so, for example, there's Git modes here, and Emacs is Evo mode. I guess Evo mode is one where it makes it behave like Vim. What else is here? Yeah, so as you can tell, there's a lot. Oh, so Docker. I saw something say Docker. So Docker? It's crazy. Okay, no, I guess I already wrong. Oh, Docker file mode. You see, like I said, there's a lot of stuff you can do, and yeah, I said you can also create your own. So is there a search here? Let's see if there's anything under tabs. Tabulated list. There we go. So as I said, yeah, you can easily get it to do multiple things if you were. Okay, and of course when you're done, you can simply, you see I haven't saved any of these, so what I can do is I can simply just click X and I'm done. Alright, let's finish this up. This has been a pretty long tutorial, so alright, let's finish it up here. So learn more with Fedora Jumbo. I provide tools and training to help you get the most out of Emacs and other programming tools, books available on Amazon, the programming books. The links are also in the description. I have courses, structured programming courses at jumboshop.com. The links are also in the description. I provide one-on-one tutorials. You need personalized help with programming or Emacs. Book an online session with me at jumbo.com, or you can go to jumboservices.com/contact. And that's for the Emacs setup or migration. Contact me at Jumbo Services. So let's finish this up. GNU Emacs might look intimidating at first, but with a little guidance it becomes an incredibly efficient and powerful tool. If you're using Fedora Linux or any other platform, you can get started with just a few commands. Whether you're just exploring Emacs or looking to make it your daily driver, I'm here to help you along the way. Also be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. Okay, with that said, the only person who was in live chat was Berat, and he apologized he wasn't able to join me for a few days. No problem, brother. Don't worry about it. Okay, so with that, I'm going to end this live stream. I hope to see you guys tomorrow on something pretty exciting. Okay, with that said, have a great day and see you guys tomorrow.